Okay, so if you're now convinced that Amazon FBA is for you, your next question is probably, how does it work? What I'm showing you here actually is an image of my favorite Amazon company, which is Amazon Japan. I love Amazon Japan because they ship so freaking fast. It's amazing. You order a product and you can get it within like 4 hours. Part of that is because Japan is small, but that's really not the issue because Japan is a bunch of islands, you know? How can you get one product from one island to another if it's only in one island? The answer is Amazon knows what it's doing. But Amazon is a great country in any country that it's in, and now it's in like what, 12 countries? I'm going to tell you exactly how it works, how Amazon FBA works, why the customers are satisfied is obvious, so I'm just going to tell you as a seller how Amazon's going to work for you. What you first got to do, this is how I'm laying out the course, and this is going to be what you're to learn throughout the course. There's about 12 videos, I believe, probably more for this course. I've made them all already, I just haven't counted them. But here's what I have done in many circumstances to make a successful Amazon FBA business. The first thing you got to do is choose your product category. Hopefully, you're choosing something you know something about, something you can talk about, something you're passionate about, something you can make videos about, something you can write copy about. It doesn't have to be something you know, but it should probably be related to something you've worked with in the past or at least know something about. My first Amazon product was a skincare product. I am not in the skincare industry, but I have been a copywriter for 10 years and I have worked with a lot of beauty products. So I thought this would be good for reasons that you will see later in this presentation. But the first thing is choose a category you're familiar with and just work within that category for the first few steps to find what you want to sell. So here's an example, t-shirts. All right. So once you've chosen the general idea, and by the way, in this course, I'm giving you a list of good categories to work with. So you can just go through that and choose the one you are most familiar with if you're really not sure what to start with. But first of all, you really got to know what kind of thing you want to sell. Is it a t-shirt? Is it a watch? Is it a computer? Is it something that you can use to make yourself look better? Is it something you can use to make yourself feel better? Okay? Get that in your head because you probably already have an idea, but get that category in your head first before you move on to the next step, which is making sure that the product you've chosen does not weigh too much and can be sold at a high price. Those are two key filters, I call them filters, to determining what you're going to sell on Amazon. If it's heavy, you don't want to sell it because the shipping costs will be too expensive. If it's low in price, your margins are going to suck and you're going to need lots and lots of sales to make a good profit. So make sure that it's something that's light and high in price. An example of this would be a watch, a ring. In my case, it was a skin cream product. You can probably think of something from your category that fits a low weight, high price criteria. Okay, next is the branding potential of the product. You do not want to sell something that is already sold because you will be competing with people who are selling the same thing as you. And then it becomes a price war. Who sells cheaper? Who has the better discount? Who can ship more quickly? You do not want to deal with that. You want something that you can brand on your own, that you can say, this is completely original. Check this out. Pepsodent, original flavor. And they've branded to say it's not a good tasting toothpaste. It's good for your enamel. It's good for your gums. You need something, even if it's not really true, you need something that you can say is special. For me, I forced my manufacturer, and we'll talk about this in a second, I forced my manufacturer to add green tea to my skin cream so that I can say it's one, organic, and two, I can base a lot of the benefits of the skin cream product on the benefits of green tea. Green tea has been shown to reduce, greasiness in skin. So you've got to have something special in your product. And if you don't, you're going to be competing based on price, and that's just going to drive you down. Make sure you know what you're doing. Choose something that you can brand as your own. You probably have an idea yourself. If you're a smart guy or a smart girl, and you're in some sort of, you can say you're in some sort of hobby or niche. Let's say you really love watching TV, and you have a lot of these, boxes that can help you get Wi-Fi on your TV or something like that. Now they all are different. Maybe you have an idea that can make one better than the other. Focus on that idea. Ask the manufacturer to do it, to create the product so that you can brand it in that way. And that's really the next step, focusing on the manufacturer. And I'll be throwing, this is a lot of information in one quick lecture. Don't worry if you're confused at this moment, because at the end of the course, you'll know everything I'm talking about, and if you want to rewatch this lecture, you'll be like, hey, this was easy. Okay? So don't worry too much right now. Follow through with me. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to search for your product on Amazon.com. You're going to want to search for, let's imagine you are your ideal customer and you're searching for the thing you want to buy. What's already available on Amazon? What's it selling at? Are there name brand products? What is missing in the market? Is there a product that you would want to buy but you can't find on Amazon? That gives you a really good idea as to what you should be manufacturing for your own product. After that, you're going to want to search for a manufacturer. This is the building of Toyota. I like Toyota because it's Japanese, and I'm a Japophile, but Japanophile, is that the word? I don't know. All right, I'm really not. I just like Japan. I'm not a huge otaku or whatever. But you're going to want to search for a company, obviously not Toyota. You're going to want to search for a manufacturer that can make your product. And I'm going to show you some resources that can allow you to find a manufacturer that is well within your budget and can do exactly what you want it to do, which is, first of all, branding, second of all, making something special, and third, shipping it to your desired destination without problems. All right, once you find your manufacturer, you got to do the negotiation. Negotiation is usually easy. I almost always will recommend you find a Chinese manufacturer. They usually have an English-speaking sales representative. If they do not, guess what? You're on Udemy. And you know what Udemy has? Discussion forums. And you know what it has? Sorry, I was way ahead of myself here. Do you know what is on the discussion forums? Me. I'm not reading from a script. I'm just doing this from memory. Sorry. Okay, here's the point. If you have any problems with a manufacturer from China, contact me. I am fluent in Chinese. I've dealt with Chinese manufacturers for 7 years. Contact me. I will help you through it. If you are talking to a manufacturer from another country, you're on your own, but I can give you some advice at least. But anyway, you've got to negotiate with them. You can almost always get a lower price or some extra products. You can sometimes get a sample product before you decide on the final deal, but that's one of our sections in this Udemy course. So make sure you have a good negotiation practice with your manufacturer before you buy the product. Once you get that product, then we can finally get into the interesting part, which is getting into Amazon FBA. Register. Once you register, you get access to all of these tools that will help you sell your product. It's not like eBay where you just put it online and you just hope someone bids on it. You got a lot of great tools in FBA. I'm going to teach you how to use them. All right. But more importantly than that is, how do you price your item? Let's say you buy your item at $1 per piece from your manufacturer. How do you price it? Most people don't know. Most companies don't know. Most books on pricing get it wrong. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to price your product so that you can make a lot of money even if you don't sell a lot of product. For a quick example, I buy my product at $6 per unit. It's a little more expensive than what most people would do. But I sell it at $40 per unit. Do the math. How much am I making per unit? Well, it's not as much as you think because you got to subtract shipping, you got to subtract marketing. But I'm making about $30 per product, honestly. Um, and I'm not really offering any discounts. $30 per product. Let's say you sell one per day. That's an extra $30 per day. That's not bad, right? $30 times 30. That's your average monthly increase in income based on doing something really, really easy that anyone can do if you follow this course. Okay, but there's one key here, and I've spoken about it before, and I'm going to re-emphasize it. You need to brand your product. Your product needs to be special. It cannot just be a generic product. Think about Unix. Unix, well, they don't sell it, it's free, but if they sold it, it would be great because it's open source. Anybody can play with it. You can, make it however you want. So Unix has this idea where operating systems should be free. That's their brand, that's their message. Your product needs a message too. When I first created my product, it was a huge failure. This is the first time I'm telling anybody this publicly. My first product was a huge failure because it wasn't branded. It was just a generic product. I had it sitting there in Amazon for about 3 months, no sales. I changed the brand. I changed the name. I didn't even change the label. I only changed the name. Suddenly it started selling. It's about the branding. It's about how the consumer sees your product. I'm going to teach you how to make the consumer see your product as not a commodity, but something worthwhile. Okay, now let's get into the little technical aspects. Once you've got all of this set up, you've got your product, you've got your brand, you've got your message. Now we're going to put it on Amazon. There are 2 things that you need to know about putting it on Amazon, and that's it. Only 2 things you need to do. First, you need a great image. Now, Amazon has a lot of rules about what images you can put up there. I'm giving you an example right here of a great image. Lipstick. Looks good, right? Lipstick, that's it. You might think that this is a kind of ugly image, it's kind of stupid, but Amazon doesn't allow you to put up images that are very promotional in nature. They want something simple, something clean, something with good photography. My brother is a pro photographer. I am an amateur photographer, but I can give you some tips about making a good image for your product. And that's really important because when people are browsing Amazon, they're looking at the images before they're looking at anything else. Then you got to write a great description so that when people see that bar of lipstick, they know it's not just some boring lipstick, but it's a branded lipstick. Here's an example of a bad description. Now, I purposely chose a Chinese company. Is this Chinese? No, this is actually from Taiwan. This is a Taiwanese company. I can read Chinese, so I can tell you this. The description is stupid. It's just telling you what it is. That's it. It's just, completely objective. That's not what you want to do. As a copywriter with 10 years of experience, I can tell you exactly what to write to make your product sell more. And one of the more important things about selling on Amazon is that if you have a good description, Amazon's going to give you higher rankings in its search engine because it knows that you're selling more. A better description sells more. A product that sells more makes Amazon more money. It also makes you more money. So you need a good description. I'm going to teach you how to do that in this course. This is a bad description. The only good thing about it is the name, which basically means, I don't even know how to translate this. It's good. It's good basically. But the description is just basically what it is, the technical details. That's not what you want to do. Luckily for you, that's what most Amazon sellers do. They just say, here's what's our product, here's what's inside, buy it please. You're not going to do that. You're going to tell them the benefits. You're going to tell them the problems of not buying the product. You're going to use all of these emotional triggers to get them to buy your product. I'm going to help you with that as well. Finally, once you got all that done, you can relax because now your Amazon product is going to be online simply because it's in Amazon's hands now. Your product's there, everything's set up, you're done. You just sit back in your rocking chair if you're old, in your beanbag chair if you're a hippie, or if you're like me, you just stand there because you have a standing desk and you watch the sales come in. Every 14 days, Amazon will send a check or send you a direct deposit, and you will find that you're making more money than you were before. Congratulations. You've done pretty much nothing, and now you're making money. The only final thing you can do, and you don't even have to do this, this is optional, but the final thing you could do is market your product. There's a lot of things you could do outside of Amazon and even inside of Amazon to make your product sell more. I do this. I don't do a lot of it because I have a very busy schedule. I'd rather be doing other things. But I've done some of this, and I make a lot of money marketing. Let's not say money. Let's say I make a lot of ROI, if you know what that means. I make a lot of money through the product simply by putting the product in Amazon, but I improve that ROI. I improve the money I get from Amazon by putting a little bit of time and money into marketing the product. And this is not something this is not something I'm going to go into on this course because it's kind of outside of the scope. If I went into this in too much depth, I would spend a lot of time. I would also need to raise the price of the course. I don't want to do that. I want anybody to be able to get into this situation without spending too much money or time on it. So I'm going to recommend that if you're interested in this, you sign up for our other marketing courses. And of course, we have the discussion forums. I'm not going to answer marketing questions on our discussion forum here in Amazon. I'll answer like negotiation discussions and how to choose your product and branding your product. But if you want some marketing information, please go to our other courses, sign up for them, and I'll help you specifically with your Amazon product if you need help with that.